Okay, what's going on, guys? My name is Lawrence, and today we are going to be doing a CC tutorial in honor of 300 subs, mainly because I'm gonna do a tutorial series right here. I'm probably gonna do like 3 tutorials, so I thought I'd start off with the CC one, mainly because even though an intro contest won, uh I really don't have any prizes worthy for anyone to even enter, so I'm gonna hold that off until the next milestone, and I'm only gonna start Gamma if that's first prize, so maybe next time. So I thought I'd do some tutorials, so let me know in the comments what 2 other tutorials you want me to do, and I will do them. So for now, we're going to be making a color correction like this. So let's get started. So first, what you're going to do in your composition, you're going to make 3 new adjustment layers just by doing Control Alt and Y 3 times. And then on your first adjustment layer, it's going to be your bottom one. It's going to be above your render right here. Just get rid of the sync. It's going to be this one. You're going to put S glow on it. So just type in here S_glow. And this is going to be for a blue CC, but this is just, it's, you know, you can use it for anything. You just change the color according to your intro. So, then on your next one, above that, you're going to put S_edge rays right here and drag that on your next one. And then on your top one, you're going to do magic bullet looks and put that on this one. So it should look pretty ugly right now, but we're going to make it look pretty, don't worry. So for your S glow, I usually put my brightness on like 0.5. And then since it's blue, I'm going to make it blue, but a darker blue, like something like that. And that should pretty much be it. I'll maybe put like the glow width like 34. And yeah, so now we have that for our glow. We're going to go to our edge rays, and we're going to go ahead and make this blue. Since the blue intro, it could make it a bit of a purple or a pink, but I would recommend just using it as the same as like your glow color blue or whatever your intro is. So I'm going to make mine blue. And then for our ray length, I'd probably put it on around 0.5, and then for our rays brightness, I usually put it on something small, like 0.5 would be a good number. So edge rays literally just gives us these little rays popping out. It looks really nice on an intro. So now we have that done. Oh, and by the way, I recommend putting smoke as gray, mainly because if you have it the same color as your intro, it drowns out the color correction and doesn't make the text pop out as more. As you can see right here, this is what we're going to come out looking with. The text really does pop out in this intro. If it was blue, I mean, it would still look fine, but it would look kind of just bland, like everything's blue. So it gives a good color differential. So once we've done that, we're gonna go to our magic bullet look layer, and this is where you're pretty much gonna set your intro to make it look extremely pretty. So, first in subject here, I like to put on some exposure. Actually, no, don't put on exposure. I'd like to put on some pop. I'd put that on like 50. And then some curves. And I usually bring this one up a little bit. You could see what it does to your intro and move it accordingly. But what I usually move this one up a little bit, that one down a little bit, and that one up. And then I usually just leave it. And then I'll put on some, actually, what else could we put on here? I think that's usually all I put on for a subject. Awkward pause, apologize. Yeah, okay, let's move on to matte. Actually, let's not. Let's go to color ranges. Let's put on a color ranges, and we're going to put the strength to probably about 20. And you're going to want to make your highlight the same color as your intro. So I'll make mine blue. And my midtone, I'll make it like yellow. And then the shadow, I'll just make blue as well. You can already tell it's taking effect. You get like a blue shadow over your silver, but it's not too overbearing where you can't tell it's silver anymore. Then I'll put on some contrast. That didn't go on. On the contrast itself, I'd put it on like negative. What the fuck? Why is it being dumb? Negative, and then maybe like 0.100. Why is this being stupid? What the fuck? There. I'll be good. Negative 0.120 works as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all I'd put on mine. Let's go here to matte. And once we're in matte, we're gonna put on a light flex, and we're gonna make it blue. I'll make this one a lighter blue, and I'll put the boost to like -9. And then I'm gonna put on another light flex and make this like a darker blue, and put it on -8. And then I'm gonna grab another light flex and make it the same color as I just did, blue, and put it at -8. Now let's move on to some diffusion. So for this one, this is the little glow outside the text. A lot of people, when they put diffusion on, they leave the glow, the size super high, you see, and it just looks gross, to be honest with you. I'd put this at around 6 size. I'd make it blue like our intro. And then the grade I would put at like 2. And ooh, that should be it, actually. Everything else looks fine. Actually, let's put the highlights only to 60. They're gonna get another diffusion, and this is gonna be our bigger one, so we're gonna put the size to around 15. Actually, that's still pretty big. We'll put that to 10. We're gonna make it blue. And then we're gonna make the grade like 2 as well, and that actually should be good for that one as well. Now let's get some and there's really not much to do in here, so we're gonna move on to lens. I like to put on a lens distortion, and I usually put this on like -10. And then yeah, that looks good. Next, let's put on a vignette. Now, vignette kind of gives it that darkness here on the edges, as you can see, like the shadow. I usually put my radius on like 0.01, and then actually no, don't put on 0.01. That's for the next one. Actually, this one, just stretch it out. Put this one down, and then stretch it out a little bit, so it gives it that darkness on the outside. And this is, again, just kind of gives it focus on the actual text, and kind of darkens out stuff around it, but you don't want it too dark where it's too focused on the text. Next we are gonna get another vignette. Actually, do we want another vignette? Yeah, we think we want another vignette. This is the one I'd put on like 0.01 on both. And then the spread you can leave alone. The fall off you can leave alone, and the strength I'd put to like 40. And yeah, that should be good. So now it gives it a darker fill around everything. You can always turn the strength down, like 35. Just play around with it, whatever suits your intro, really. Next, let's move on to camera, and we are going to put on this 3-step process right here. And for settings, I'd put this at like -1. And then we're gonna go here to post, and we're gonna put maybe an S curve. Yeah, we'll do an S curve. And for the contrast of the S curve, I'd put on like 1.4. And then for the midpoint, I'd pretty much leave that alone, really. And you just play with this. Maybe turn that up a little bit. And yeah, then we got ourselves a pretty dank CC, if I must say so myself. Then you can just click finished here, and you see we already made it sexy. It's, you know, pretty much the same thing that we did here. So this is how I make my CCs, most of them. So yeah, that's how you make a really good CC, in my opinion. I think that's a really good CC. So if you want other tutorials, which I'm sure you do, put them in the comments. Just put 2 of them, any 2, or just put 1. Put any of your opinions, and I will read into it and make a tutorial soon. So I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you for 300 subs, and later.